me put things in perspective. I'm not a big man, but I weigh 170 pounds, I bench 225. You would think at the middle and high school level I would feel reasonably safe. I don't. I have gone to the middle schools. I have been to a high school or two. There's no way, I work at the elementary level. There is no way I would feel comfortable working in the middle schools and high schools at these areas. So I have no idea how they get good teachers to go there. I mean, I'm not a big guy.
If they do go there, they don't stay very long. Everybody comes with a dream.
Let's put it this way, too. Most of the teachers I see are women. I'm not trying to be sexist, but most women don't have the upper body strength.
But
most
most women not only have the upper body strength, but sometimes you're challenged by females. And the thing about it is that most women won't even use pepper spray because it may hurt somebody.
Right.
And my thing is, if you're trying to hurt me, you're going down by any means necessary, or you wouldn't step into my space and threaten me. And there, all of this turn the other cheek stuff. Okay, that's wonderful in a church service, but I only have 4, and when I've used up all of those, what do I do?
Well,
it's kind of like my husband's a substitute teacher, and every time I happen to be at home and I see the news say, at the break at noon, something happened at a high school, and I'm afraid to listen to what school it is because I know where he is on that given day.
Well,
and I'm thinking, wait a minute, what if a kid gets up in his face yet again, and he says, you know what, I've had it, and in that instant, you snap.
I've been close.
You understand what I mean? So you know what I'm talking about.
I remember.
What is Obama or McCain going to do about those possibilities?
Let me answer that after I tell a quick story, which is a great one.
Yes.
Because I was in a classroom, 4th or 5th grade student. All I wanted to do was to bring the student aside and talk to him. Had no intention of touching him, was not upset. Immediately, when I got near the kid, and I wasn't like this, the class said, these are 4th or 5th graders, you can't touch him. And they were right.
That's
Even
true.
though I had no intention.
That's true.
Now, to go back to your question of what
That's true,
Obama or
yeah.
McCain did, at least Obama paid lip service of talking about the responsibilities parents have at home. But that was one line in the speech. I haven't heard McCain say anything about it. Obama's children are going to private schools.
And I'm sure that McCain's are too, and if not, they're grown up to the point where he's not concerned.
His wife is a multimillionaire.
Oh, well, of course.
Of course they're going to private schools.
They're going to private schools. They really don't know at the ground level what's going on. And when their kids were probably in school, if they ever touched public school in any way, schools were different then.
Well, when I was in school, and I was not a big kid by any stretch of the imagination, and I got picked on a lot, but I don't remember ever fearing for my life. I don't remember ever hearing stories about shootings in schools, and I support the amendment. I think it's the second or fourth amendment, which, thank you very much. I'm supposed to be a good legal guy too. But I support the Second Amendment rights, but my goodness, what is going on? These kids are bringing guns to school. I remember getting furious with people. I was picked on all the time. I was a runt in high school. I never thought about bringing a weapon to school.
Yes, and you were never that scared.
No.
Kids walked, kids took the bus, kids rode their bikes, kids stopped by each other's homes on the way, and your parents weren't concerned about where you were. Hey, Mom, I'm at so-and-so's house. Okay, all right, tell me when you're coming home. Because the neighborhoods were different. The parents and the parenting were different. There was more cohesiveness in the neighborhood. Everybody's trying to raise their kids the same way with the same values. The parents back the teachers up. I mean, the worst trouble we could get into is to make a teacher call my parents or send a note home.
When I did anything wrong at school, which was rare, by the time the relatives got to me, I was so embarrassed. I wasn't going to do that again.
Exactly.
I had some relatives I didn't particularly care for, and they said, what did you do? And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go through this. And I was so afraid, not because he was going to beat me, but if I said one thing, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this from Dad.
No. It's like we were more concerned and afraid of what Dad would do when he found out than whatever was going on in the moment that we were involved in. And it was little things. It wasn't some of the dangerous, crazy stuff that kids do now. But, I mean, we didn't talk back to adults. We had to respect teachers. We had to respect adults. Anybody who was older than you was Miss or Mr. or Miss. And you learn those things in the home. And now parents are either too busy, moving too fast, or have just kind of thrown their hands up and said, "I'm tired. I can't deal with this anymore." And so when we look at the state of the country as a whole, when we look at the presidency, there are a lot of things that the president really doesn't have trickle down participation in, and they are a little bit removed from what's going on with the rest of us because of what their responsibilities are and aren't, and how they're living their life, and how they've lived their life up to the point that they go to the White House. But they work with our elected officials, and they are supposed to have a touch and a hand and a consciousness in their communities and what's
Quick
happening.
example, Ted Kennedy, who's known nothing about public schools, the Kennedys have it, got together with George W. Bush, who also knows nothing about public schools, and they got No Child Left Behind. I haven't seen any improvement.
It was good, it was good when it started.
Well,
but
you got two elitists that are clueless. Bush at least started making phone calls and finding what's going wrong. They're not teaching phonics, but as far as them being in the trenches and knowing what's going on, I haven't heard Ted Kennedy say anything about the disciplinary issues we have in the classroom. I haven't heard Bush say a great deal about it either, so...
Agree? Disagree? It's always a fiery conversation when my friend Rob Schmidt joins me. If you have any comments, if you have any things that you'd like to say about what you've heard here, candidcommentstv@yahoo.com. Email me. Let me know what you think. And you know what? Your comments might end up on my show, Real Women Views on the News. If you'd like to know how to reach Rob, because he also has a program, you can email me at the same email address, candidcommentstv@yahoo.com, and I'll put you directly in touch with him. Until then, in our next episode, make it a great day.